welcome back to my channel, Southern Tea. It's your girl, Lady J, back bringing you my latest commentary on the latest female rap tea and urban news. But before I get into my commentary, I'm going to need you to go ahead and hit that thumbs up, comment down below, share, and since you're here, be subscribed to my channel. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So it looks like MeganTheeStallion was on SNL. So congratulations to MeganTheeStallion. SNL is a good look for celebrities. So I am glad to see Megan making money moves and get into her bag. Although I will say I feel MeganTheeStallion is more known for being MeganTheeStallion rather than for her music at this point, if that makes sense. Because though I liked a few songs on Traumazine, like I said, Gifted a Curse and Not Nice, I feel like it was an album that came and went, and not one song from that album is charting right now, and it was just released in August. That was barely 2 months ago. Meanwhile, Doja dropped Planet Her last year and had like 6-7 songs on Billboard at once, and that lasted for months. So I find it interesting that Megan is a 3-time Grammy Award winner, gets all these brand deals, collaborations, doing all these shows, but can't hold not one song from this album on Billboard. That's very interesting to me. There isn't even a song that is getting a majority of the push right now. So I don't know. I just feel like Megan is not really prospering as much as she should be, as much as she can be when it comes to the music. At the same time, I know Megan has a lot going on. Recently, the news broke yesterday while she was in New York for SNL that her home was broken into and like over $300K worth of items or something like that was stolen from her home. So I know that she has had that on her mind as well. So when the news broke that her home was invaded, Megan tweeted it, wow, as if she didn't already know beforehand that the news broke. But let's continue. So she went on to say, hotties, I am really sorry, but after the SNL, I really got to take a break. I'm so tired physically and emotionally. Now, I have had my home invaded once before, so I pray she recovers from this, because it's nothing like the feeling of knowing someone unauthorized was in your home going through your belongings. It really is an invasion of personal space. However, something is not really sitting right with this for me. Like, clearly it's someone or some people she knew, because, how would they know that you would not be home? So it was probably someone who knew her schedule to some extent, because they knew where to go. Because in the police report, I believe they mentioned something about the intruders going straight for the bedroom. So they had to know where they were going and what they were looking for. So, but as far as Megan taking a break, I in no way am going to say what I'm about to say to be rude or ugly. But damn, how many breaks these rap bitches gotta take, child? Like, didn't you just come back from a hiatus? Like, I'm so confused as to what you've been doing as to why you need another break, because publicly she hasn't really been doing much. So she talked about, that she has done a world tour on SNL, but baby, what's the name of that tour? Somebody below, tell me, what's the name of that tour? Did I miss something? What world tour? Now, Megan also performed at SNL. Like I said, she performed her song Anxiety, which is an emotional song, and she was holding back tears. And I ain't trying to be fucked up or be funny when I say this, but every time Megan was holding back a sniffle, all I could think of in my head was drop a tear. Bitch, I ain't lying. But I hope peace and blessings towards Megan, and I hope she doesn't try to use this unfortunate incident to garner sympathy from the media or anything like that. But, you guys let me know your thoughts on that below. Now, the next topic I want to get into is rapper and TV personality Sukihana going back and forth with rapper Chika the other day during Latto and Nicki Minaj's feud. Now, I'm not sure where the beef started with these two women, but basically the day Latto and Nicki were going at it on Twitter, Chika decided to insert herself into this beef, tweeting things like Nicki's age, and she tweeted that, quote unquote, we need better idols, to which Latto did like that tweet, which, bitch, my thing is, why is y'all idolizing anybody though? Admiring is cool, that's fine, admiring someone is cool, but bitch, I ain't idolizing now, ho. So Suki basically called Chika out and mentioned her weight, and Chika came back and mentioned how Suki has a throat to pay her rent, while Chika has one for rapping, which I'm sorry, that tickled me. Anyway though, Chika is miserable. I don't know what her real issue is with Nicki Minaj. As a matter of fact, I don't even think her real issue is with Nicki Minaj. I think her issue is with the Barbs, the stands, because last year, Chika talked on Twitter a lot about how the Barbs were mass bullying her. She has argued with the Barbs many times in the past, including around this time last year. But my thing is, if the Barbs stress you out and bully you so much and you don't like it when they mention you, stop mentioning Nicki Minaj. Latto and Nicki's exchange had literally nothing to do with you. The Barbs weren't even bothering you until you inserted yourself. So if you ask me, you wanted them to fuck with you this time. You wanted some type of attention, because why insert yourself in a situation that has zero to do with you, stank? Okay, so I bet not see no tweets about Chika talking about harming herself, because she was just talking hot shit on Twitter the day Latto and Nicki was beefing, and she was just talking mad shit to Sukihana. So keep that same energy, love. Let me know y'all thoughts on that below. My next topic is Ivorian Doll and Asian Doll throwing shots at each other. So what's crazy is Asian Doll has claimed to have flown out Ivorian Doll last year to be on her None of That Shit remix, which Ivorian had the hardest verse on that remix to me, by the way. So I don't know if Asian is beefing with Ivorian because she is another beautiful dark-skinned rapper, or if it's because she's foreign, or if it's because Nicki Minaj follows Ivorian and shows her love, which I honestly think is the real reason for Asian Doll attacking Ivorian for no reason. She tweeted and deleted a lot of threads toward Ivorian, and all were unwarranted because Ivorian Doll was minding her business. She tweeted things like wanting to fight her and running up on her when she sees her and basically hitting her. All of this stuff, unnecessary stuff. Like, bitch, you was too grown. So when Latto and Nicki were going back and forth a few days ago, Ivorian had tweeted this: but why do they always do something shady when it's in relation to her? And her was being Nicki Minaj, so Ivorian was sticking up for Nicki Minaj. So again, she was tweeting her thoughts, minding her business on the shenanigans like everybody else. And Asian Doll comes in her mentions and quotes her and says this: why bitches can't mind their business if you're not from America? Why are you worried about what the fuck we doing over here? Bitch, ain't it daytime over there? Which Asian Doll, Asian the Brat, whatever the fuck you going by, bitch, I know you can't fathom this now because you never experienced it, but Nicki Minaj has a worldwide fan base. The Barb's gonna come to Nicki's aid regardless what country they in or what time it is in that country. So sit your lame ass down trying to be a bully to somebody. Like, she wanna beef with somebody so bad since Nicki ain't really paying her no mind. Like, at this point, Asian beefing with her damn self. Like, you need to be beefing with your producer because he has yet to produce a hit for you in the past 10 years left. So it's amazing to me how these rap bitches love to beef but can't get in the studio and drop a diss or drop a hit. Like, you doing all this over a bitch you was just cool with, but because Nicki ain't fucking with you no more and it's instead fucking with her and showing her love, you dry ass hating because she now follows Ivorian and has unfollowed Joe hating ass, okay? But bitch, go get some love from Cardi B, because wasn't you shaking your BBL ass to the Tomorrow 2 on IG Live? Get the fuck out of here. So y'all sound off on Asian Doll and her shenanigans below. Now, the next topic I want to get into is new female rap star Glorilla gifting Cardi B a Patek watch. Now, recently, Cardi B did jump on a Glorilla song that was already out, although Cardi B has previously claimed she doesn't like to hop on remixes, even though she has hopped on 4 alone this year. I'm just saying. Anyway, she did hop on Glow's Tomorrow 2, and it did debut in the top 10 at number 9 on Billboard. Now, it did drop out the top 10 the following week, because I believe now it's like, what, number 22 last time I checked this morning, which is still good. Nonetheless, it's still a big deal, more so for Glorilla, because it marked her first top 10 hit. And last Monday was Cardi's birthday, so I guess Glorilla did a 2-in-1 special and wanted to give Cardi B this Patek watch as a 2-in-1 gift to express her appreciation for her hopping on the song and in honor of her birthday, which was last Monday. However, I find it funny her fans don't want to claim that to be dick riding. I mean, all JT and Ogbar did was express gratitude on Twitter that Nicki included them on her song and went number 1 on the digital charts, which was a first for them. They wasn't out here buying Nicki watches they really can't buy, okay? That they really can't afford, that they out here buying on advancements from their label child. Shall we get into it, okay? I fucks with Glorilla and all for popping her shit, but baby girl should have hired a lawyer to look over her CMG contract before she signed to Yo Gotti's label, okay? Because word on the street is Glorilla done signed a 360 deal, y'all. So I guess the modern female rap starter kit is a BBL, Ghost Rider, Payola, sympathy cards, and beef with Nicki Minaj. And actually, I think Glorilla raps decent, but sis should have known when coming into this business, you gotta read them fine lines. You gotta read the contract. You gotta read every line before you sign that dotted line. So Hit Kid, who produced the FNF song, took to IG to basically put it out on blast that Glorilla and Yo Gotti CMG label are taking him to court over his song FNF, which he owns, by the way, because they want to instead own the song instead of him. So the reason they want to own the song is so CMG can include the song on her EP. Since it was a very successful song, it would boost the sales to her EP when it drops. The problem is Hit Kid alleges that Glorilla put the FNF song in her contract with CMG without telling Hit Kid. Now, Hit Kid went on to say this: I told you and your manager every day we was in LA with Sweetie that labels are going to try and sign you because of FNF, so watch out. I also told you to let me know when labels reach out so we can be on the same page, but you still went and signed my song without telling me. I did my best to protect you and the girls. This is only a portion of what I've been through. I bring in light to this before word get out like I'm the bad guy. I'm a stand-up guy and I stand on business and morals. Blogs began to post this. Glorilla did respond via Facebook. And side note, let me just say I find it hella dope that Glorilla still be on Facebook because these celebs want to act funny and play on Facebook head top like it's bottom of the barrel, child. Anyways, Glorilla said this: Niggas been salty ever since I ain't signed to their label to be a group for $0 SMH. I'm not sure what she was trying to say there. One more thing before I log out. Nigga, you signed the song away the first week without me knowing for $50K because you didn't know how big it was going to be. Should I keep going? Shout out to the producer that's been with me since day one, literally Macaroni Tony. Oh yeah, he the one who produced my first 2 projects since I've been rapping. Plus, he produced Blessed and Tomorrow. The real GOAT. Nigga done made so much money from FNF, and I haven't made not one red cent other than shows, but I'm still prospering because guess what? I can rap in real life. I ain't no motherfucking one-hit wonder. I wrote every single lyric and every single song I ever put out, and even after all this, I still got love for Hit Kid because we came up together, even though he been going back behind my back ever since the song blew up. But that's another story for another day. I just hate the fact he had to bring the business to social media when I could have come out about the snake shit he been doing to me. Woo. So let me just start here. Based on her responses alone, I feel like Glorilla feels a little bit guilty of something because she said a whole lot to say not much at all. She talking about writing her lyrics and not being a one-hit wonder and Hit Kid being a snake. None of those things he ever mentioned, okay? You're not addressing the issue at hand, which is about him being taken to court over a song he produced for you, which is FNF, which is a song, like I said, he produced. Now, after this is when we see the CEO of Power Entertainment, Kadeem Phillips, who is also a close associate and has a working relationship with Hit Kid. He came out and he shedded light on the situation for us. Now, he did type a lot, so I will sum it up to, say it plainly for those who don't understand the music industry terms and jargon. So he basically let it be known that while Glorilla does independently collect money from FNF, she never owned the song, but instead that Hit Kid gave up 50% of his masters and 50% of his publishing to Glorilla, which is what Hit Kid meant on Twitter when he said that he was just trying to protect Glorilla from losing money. So he gave up 50% of his masters and his publishing. So he went on to say this was so that Glorilla could, have her record independent so that she could make money from this independent record without, giving it up to a label during signing. Okay, so basically Glorilla and Hit Kid owned the song together. They each have 50% of publishing and 50% as it pertains to the masters of the song. And this was, like I said, so she didn't have to sign over the record when she signs a record deal, and she could independently collect her checks from the song. However, where Glorilla fucked up at is she included FNF in her contract deal without Hit Kid's knowledge. So since she does not entirely own it, Yo Gotti's label CMG, who she signed to, froze the money that should be she should be getting from that song, including, Hit Kid's money. So if she not getting paid, Hit Kid not getting paid from the song either, and vice versa. So she's upset that she's not making no money from the song outside of shows. Then she needs to be addressing CMG, her label, about that, since they had the money frozen for FNF. But I mean, that's what happens when you get a hood bitch that ain't never had shit, too much hype, and get too eager to sign a record deal that they fail to take the necessary precautions to protect themselves, and they end up stuck in a 360. And this happens to far too many artists for me to feel bad for her. So Glorilla is cool and all, but sis screwed herself on this one. She didn't make the right business move. She was so quick to take that $500K that Gotti handed over to her, though. At the time, that was probably only used as an advancement. Now that I'm thinking about it, she called it a gift, and it was reported to be a gift, but it was probably her advancement. And if that's the case, hell yeah, they're gonna freeze the income on FNF because they gonna want that money back. It's all about money, y'all. They ain't just gifting you $500K. Okay, so I hope Hit Kid gets his due justice for this song, and hopefully Glorilla doesn't burn this bridge with Hit Kid yet, because he played a huge part in her come up. Now, side note, before I move into the next topic, I want to quickly address a comment Hit Kid addressed on Twitter during this whole debacle. So a Twitter user asked him, was it true that Saweetie was removed from the FNF remix per Cardi B's request, to which Hit Kid said this: "Nah, only paperwork issues. Offset called me to get Cardi on the remix after we couldn't get Saweetie on the remix finalized." Which I think is only interesting because, as you know, Cardi was not on the FNF remix. She was on the Tomorrow remix, a song that came out in July. Now, I found this interesting because this tells me that Cardi was supposed to be on the FNF remix, not originally JT and Latto. So that, was the whole reason. People were saying, that was the whole reason that Saweetie was kicked off. Well, I think Hit Kid is saying a whole lot and saying very little at the same time, because Offset called to get Cardi to replace Saweetie for why? And even when he called to get Cardi on the remix, what happened as to why she wasn't on the finalized FNF remix and was instead on the Tamar remix, a song that wasn't even originally getting pushed? So I found that interesting because, as you know, JT and Latto are on the FNF remix. So I want to know what T is. Okay, what's the T? Okay, what's T? Because I feel like it's a whole lot of snake shit going on. But you let me know your thoughts below. Now, my next topic I want to get into is real short, but I just want to congratulate Carisha for getting to that acting bag, because we all know it's way more money in the acting bag than the music bag with these new rap bitches, because they stuck in 360s, a child. But nah, all shade aside, congrats to Young Miami. I will be watching the show. She is going to be on BMF season 2. I watched the first season and it was dope. So I guess Carisha was serious when she said she gonna leave this rap shit alone, which is probably for the best, since sis can't really rap on beat to save her life, nor does she write her own music. So I think it's a good idea. Her show Carisha Please, and now her getting into her acting bag is definitely a good look for Young Miami. This rap shit was apparently just a stepping stone for bigger ventures, which I feel like is the case with a lot of these rap bitches that they just won't admit to right now. But you can tell because their passion for music is low or non-existent. They don't write, they don't tour, they don't rehearse, they don't work on etiquette when it comes to how they treat their fans and supporters. And honestly, I believe Cardi B is another one of those people who should gracefully bow out because her passion isn't there either. Sweetie might as well do it too. Megan, I say Megan too, not because she's not talented, but because I think Megan is a good rapper. However, I don't see her sales keeping her afloat in the music industry unless she starts to get payola. Now, side note, I just want to know why the hell they got Young Miami on here looking like her name is Wilma Jean Pearl? Like, why? But y'all let me know y'all thoughts below. So as far as my last topic, it looks like Latto has decided to continue to add fuel to the fire between her and Nicki Minaj. So of course, as we all know, they went blow for blow on Twitter a few days ago because Frappuccino decided to take it upon herself to play victim when Nicki called her out, or not called her out, but Nicki called out the Grammys for moving Super Freaky Girl from the rap category to the pop category. So Nicki wasn't upset by it. She just wanted them to be, fair and do the same with Big Energy, especially since Big Energy and Super Freaky Girl have the same producers and therefore are similar. Not to mention the fact that Latto been bragging on this song all year and calling it a pop song every time. Anyway, long story short, she played the victim in public but agreed with Nicki in private, which pissed Nicki off. So Nicki blasted her ass, which started a whole back and forth between the two. Now, fast forward to now, and it has been alleged that Latto has lost over 150K followers the day she went back and forth with Nicki, which, I wouldn't be surprised because she had some Barb support prior to this stunt she pulled. So she has also started to pin Lil Kim's comments in her IG comments, okay, which fans are calling out, not because Kim is doing anything wrong or unusual, because she's been leaving comments in Latto's comments on Instagram anyway, but people are calling it out because Latto has never pinned comments before, or at least she has never pinned Lil Kim's comments until now. So probably because she didn't want to irritate Nicki Minaj when Nicki Minaj was following her, or perhaps she wasn't fucked up or worried about Lil Kim's comments, or both. So fans were saying she did that to get under Nicki's skin, which looks weird on Latto's end because she was just dragging Nicki for being 39, almost 40. Yet here Kim is, 48, 49, clocking 50. And how did Kim not take offense or at least find it off-putting that Latto tried to come for Nicki's age when she's 10 years older than Nicki Minaj? And then here you'll pick me ass go because you need to hang on the coattail of any other female rap bitch for relevance, seems like to me. So since you Latto, I'm talking to Latto, since you couldn't come for Nicki's looks, her rap skills, her talent, her net worth, or her relevance, or even her impact for that matter, you came for her age and her family. That's what scary weak bitches do. Now, fans also called out the fact that Latto liked this tweet about Variety covering the story of Nicki and Latto getting added on Twitter. So the tweet has said this: Variety did a good article about this Nicki Minaj Grammy drama and pinpointed out that Do We Have a Problem is up for consideration in the rap category and is included as a featured artist on another submission. Variety also highlights how weird it was for Nicki to single out Latto. Now, what gets me is that this was never about Do We Have a Problem, so why mention and bring up Do We Have a Problem? Stick with the topic and issue at hand. The issue was them removing Super Freaky Girl from the rap category to pop after her team submitted it to the rap category. They moved it to the pop category, and Nicki's thing was, okay, that's cool, but be fair. If you go move Super Freaky Girl from rap to pop, then keep the same energy for Big Energy, which is a pop rap song by Latto. And both songs were produced once again by the same person, which I 100% agree with Nicki on, and behind the scenes, Latto did too, which is why why Nicki exposed that ass after she wanted to publicly get on the Twitter and play victim. So if you want the tea from that, you know, for that, you can hop on my last video and get that tea, child. So anyway, I don't know why they are mentioning other songs and categories she's being considered to be nominated for when the issue was pertaining to Super Freaky Girl. So that's called deflecting, love. Personally, I think Latto is going to try to ride this Nicki beef as long as she can, because ultimately she thinks it'll benefit her like it did with Cardi B, because bitches love to attach themselves to Nicki Minaj to garner points from the people who oppose Nicki. And two, she probably has the likes of Kim and Cardi in her ear, as well as them powerful white men and executives that Nicki was talking about. But I know one thing for sure and two things for certain. I see Latto as a flame that is dancing right now and flickering, but will sizzle and burn out in a matter of time, because she moving too much of a snake, and she exposed herself as one. You don't do this shit to someone you claim to love and respect oh so much, regardless if you fall out with them or not. She could have bounced back from a fallout with Nicki Minaj, because Nicki is the forgiving queen, just like, you know, she forgave JT and Carisha. So she won't be around long as it pertains to the rap game, because sis already looks tired, already look like she pushing 30 and she barely 23, but want to have the balls to age same somebody. Okay, bitch, you better hope you make it to her age, and if you do, and when you do, you better hope you look half as good. And it's crazy because I used to kind of fuck with Latto to a degree, but you do clown shit and you win clown prizes, so I can't wait for Nicki to drag this bitch in a record on the 15th thing. But you know, you let me know your thoughts on that below. So remember, this is my commentary. In my opinion, you can let me know yours below. I look forward to reading your thoughts. Don't forget to give this video that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and lounge with your girl on Instagram and Twitter at my new handle, Southern Tea. That is Southern Tea with 2 A's. I will see y'all in my next video.